Alright, well, I think it's about time that I filled you guys in on a little secret. Well, it's not really a secret, but it kind of is. But let me explain. So I have owned my 2023 G80 M3 X-Drive competition for 2 years now, but about like 10 or 11 months, maybe 10 months, like a year ago, I was really contemplating getting rid of this car. That is no secret. I made a couple videos talking about it. Well, long story short, I decided to keep the car, and well, it's still here today. However, at the time I wanted to get rid of it. The secret is to that is I never told you guys what car I wanted to get in its place. Well, I kind of lost my commitment to YouTube, so I didn't end up getting the car because it's expensive. And yes, even more expensive than the G80 M3, which to me is a very expensive car, about $100,000, especially compared to my $28,000 Supra. But the next car I wanted to get in its place is a very expensive car. It's still a BMW, and it's another brand new BMW, like one that came out recently, one that is very unique in a way because it's really the only of its kind to at least come out in the US. Now, for those of you who follow my channel, you'll know that I'm a huge coupe guy. I love coupes. I love the Supra. I mentioned how I love it because it's a coupe look. I love my 435 because it's a coupe. I haven't been crazy about owning sedans. I've only owned 2 sedans in my life, my 330i, which was nice for what it was, and then the G80 M3. And again, I'm just not a big sedan guy, but the next car I was gonna get is not a sedan per se, it's actually a wagon. So I figured I'd make this video and we'll just kind of spec out one together just for the fun of it, and I'll show you guys exactly what car I was gonna get and if I were to still get it, what I would do. So unfortunately there's no actual car here. This is the car that I would have hopefully liked to replace M3 with, and who knows, maybe one day we still will. All right, so I know not the most conventional way of me filming a video. However, I thought this would be interesting, and it's something that I really enjoy doing. I literally sit at night while my wife is watching TV, and I do this anyways, and I'm sure you guys do too. So I figured, hey, we do it together. That sounds a little weird and sus, but you guys will see what I'm talking about. All right, so we're on the screen where you can go and build any BMW you'd like, spec them out on their website. I come back to this website constantly. I literally just build and spec cars for fun. I don't know, it's a problem. I do this the same thing with a Porsche as well. But anyways, let's go into the car that I was saying I was gonna get. I'm sure you guys already know what it is. I will tell you this, it's definitely an M car. And like I said, it's a wagon, so I'm sure you guys know what it is already. So we can just stop wasting time here, scroll all the way down. It's this right over here, the M5 Touring M5 wagon. I was actually pretty close to getting one. They are very expensive. You can see the starting MSRP is already $123,000. The M3 is like less than 80. So already way more expensive. Now I'm gonna show you guys my dream, I'm gonna show you 2 specs. My absolute dream spec, which I want, and then the more reasonable one that if I were to actually still get this car, which I hope I can do, I have another spec that's a little more reasonable. So let's just jump into it. So we're gonna select the M5 Touring. Now, if you guys didn't know, the M5 only really comes in one option. The M3s you can get competition, X-Drive, non-X-Drive, manual, automatic. The M5, it's literally just X-Drive, that's it. But you get 717 horsepower, you get 54 miles per gallon, which is absolutely crazy. Which is one of the reasons why I actually wanted to get it, which is a weird reason to get a car like this. But if I were to get this car, this would have been like the car that I drive all the time. I would have driven it around with my family. Right now, I only drive the X5 because it's the only car that's reasonable to drive with my family. This car, I would literally just go to Costco with in my family. You know what I mean? Like go to restaurants with my family. So having good gas mileage would be amazing. 0 to 60, BMW says 3.5 seconds. For reference, they say that the G80 M3 Competition X-Drive gets a 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. So virtually the same speed as the G80 M3. So we're not compromising on that, but we're getting amazing fuel economy, a bigger car, more spacious, etc., etc. So let's go into design. Again, we only have that one option. Now, okay, we're gonna start off with the color here. So I don't know if it might be starting off on some of the things I've already selected, but ignore that. So in terms of color, honestly, I'd love to get black. I get black on all my cars, but there's actually some pretty cool color options. We have some nice grays, which are cool, not too exciting. Islandman green I actually think looks really good on this car. A little basic on G80 M3s, but I actually think looks special on the Touring. Now, one color I actually really do like on cars is red, and we have 2 really cool options. The Vegas red, and then a Mola red. 2 really cool reds, but I feel like it doesn't suit the wagon look. I don't know if it's just me, it doesn't suit it. This is a really cool color, speed yellow, awesome color. Again, to me, does not fit the touring look. Daytona also, really cool color. Maybe, but no. The color I would personally get, British Racing Green. There's something about this color that just looks so good on a touring. It looks sick. We need black grills though, but it looks sick. All right, now let's go into the next thing, wheels. So normally you'd start off with these. I guess it's still saving some of the things that I've previously spec'd on the car. It is what it is. Silver is usually my go-to with wheels. I'm actually not crazy about black wheels. I feel like it hides the wheels. If I were to go silver, I'd go with these, but on this car, we have to do the black. I feel like it just suits it so much better. And honestly, these wheels are one of my least favorite M wheel designs. I don't know what it is about them. They don't look that great to me, so I'd rather kind of hide them in black a bit. Next is the upholstery. Spoiler alerts, I guess, right? But let's just go through the options just for fun. Silverstone is actually a really cool option on this one. I've kind of learned my lesson from the M3. I don't want light colored interiors anymore. They look amazing, but they're just a pain to maintain and just, to me, not worth it. So we do have some other cool options. We have red, which I'm a huge fan of. We have the orange, of course, which you guys saw in the beginning. And then this is actually a really, really cool option. I've never seen an interior like this. It looks, to me, this is actually really special. It's really unique. And I'm sure it wouldn't get too dirty. So definitely a strong option. However, with the British Racing Green, I feel like you'd be a fool not to get the Kalami Orange. Next, we're gonna go to the trim. Now, they have a few options, not too many. There's the fine wood, which is actually very nice. There's the aluminum, which I'm not crazy about. And then we have the carbon. I think just given that it's an M car, I would go carbon, but the fine wood is actually really nice as well. Carbon's only a $300 option, so, and again, if it wasn't an M car, different story. It's an M car though. I think we gotta go carbon. All right, now some of the additional options. So this is kind of boring stuff. We're not gonna go too crazy. Driving assistance package professional. The executive package, I don't know exactly what you get in it. So you get front and rear heated seats. You get the glow kidney grills, okay. You get an interior camera, interesting. Front ventilated seats, that's awesome. Rear manual side window shades with kids, that's amazing. Parking assistance plus. Definitely need that. For 1,600 bucks, we need that for sure. So those are really the only packages you get. Now you get some additional like options here. A lot of this we're already getting with you know, the executive package. There's really not too much. However, something that I really kind of wish I got on my M3, and if I get this car and I really get it right, I would do carbon ceramic brakes. $8,500, that's a lot of money, but I don't know, man. Like I think I would do it. I think I would do it next time around. So we're gonna include that, and I think that's pretty much it. It's a pretty short spec list, but I mean, look at this, guys. Look at the final result. The British Racing Green with the gold calipers from the ceramic brakes behind the black wheels and the Kalami orange interior. There's just something so tasteful. I feel like this spec, this design, this colorway suits the touring look so well. Like it just looks awesome. Like I feel like a young guy would appreciate this spec, an older guy would appreciate this spec. You know, someone from the US, someone from the UK, wherever you are, like this is such a classic, beautiful spec. And it suits the touring look. Like it's a little more mature. I'll put it this way. I would love to have this car next to my Supra. You know, like I would love to have this and a Supra. My Supra is like my more immature rear wheel drive, little more raw car. And then I have this as like my family car and all that. So the only way that I can still really get this car is if I trade in the M3, because this thing's expensive. As it sits right now, on the spec, it's 145 grand. So I'd have to trade in the M3 and I'd probably trade in my X5 as well. But the thing is, the X5 is a third row. And I don't know if my wife would be okay with that. Now, what I will say is, this is one spec option. We can do it differently, a little more sensibly. So let's go back to exterior. So if you guys didn't realize in the beginning, the British Racing Green is a $5,000 option. Forget that, go to Black Sapphire Metallic. already knocked off 5K. Now I know it doesn't look as good, but $5,000 cheaper. I would actually, in this case, not do the black wheels. I would do these wheels. Get a bit of silver in there, just to contrast the black. For upholstery, I wouldn't do the orange. I think I would actually do either the Tupa gray or, more likely, because that's really nice, but it's very specific. You know, like I feel like I'd kind of get bored of it. I'd do the red and black. Now, the next thing is, we'd probably still do the carbon. It's only a $300 option, so we're not gonna save much money by getting rid of that. I would still want it. But where we can save a lot of money is no carbon ceramics and getting the standard red brake calipers, which will look sick on the black car. We'll see the final thing in a second here, combined with the red interior. 130K, still a really sick spec. Not as sick as the previous spec, but still very tasteful. We have the silver wheels on the black car, the red calipers to match the subtle two-tone red interior. Still looks very mature, still looks sporty. So we went from 145K down to 130. All right, now look. This would be like a dream to get. Regardless though, maybe soon, hopefully, the M5s become used, and you know, the M5s are notorious for losing value way more than like an M3. So maybe they'll come down in price. A lot of people don't like the hybrid design and all that. I personally don't mind it, because I would use it for what it is, and I'd keep the Supra on the side as more of like my raw, you know, fun car. So I personally don't mind that, but you know, maybe one day it'll come down in price. People don't really like the hybrids, so maybe people won't keep the price up like crazy, and I can get one. Don't know when that would be. If I can really make YouTube or TikTok work or something, I would definitely get one, but I just can't spend that much money on a car without feeling silly about it. I was about to do it before, when I was really trying to grow my YouTube channel, and I thought getting that car when it was new, when it was still fresh, because everyone has a G80 M3, but that unfortunately changed. So unless we can get back to that, I'll do it. But regardless, we'll see how that goes. I don't want to rant. I thought it would be fun to like just go through and spec out the car with you guys. Again, this is something I literally just sit on the couch and do all the time. My wife will be watching like some silly drama show, and I'll be sitting on the couch with my laptop specking out a Porsche or a BMW of some sort. It's just, I don't know, it's just fun. So I thought I'd take you guys along with me for the journey while doing this. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A little more chill, a little more relaxed. But anyways, with that said, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Let me know what you think about the specs down below. Option 1 with the British Racing Green, option 2 with the black and the red. Let me know how you would spec it. And yeah, with that said, this video is pretty much done, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.